Hello students, today we are going to start the chapter heat and temperature. In this chapter we are going to learn about heat and temperature. The first is heat. What is heat? When hot object and the cold object comes in contact with each other, a type of energy flows from the hotter object to colder one. This is called as heat energy. Okay, when hot objects and cold objects come in contact with each other, then what happens? The heat energy from the hotter object, it always from flow to the colder one. This energy is called as heat energy. The energy, the SI unit of the heat energy is joule. What is this? It is joule. It is denoted by the J, capital letter J. Next, temperature. The degree of hotness or coldness of an object is called as temperature. Once again I am repeating the definition. Degree of hotness or coldness of an object is called temperature. SI unit of temperature is Kelvin, and it is denoted by the letter K. That should be in the capital letter K. Next, measurements of temperature. How can we measure the temperature? We use an instrument called as thermometer to measure the temperature. For measurement of temperature, we use an instrument called as thermometer. This thermometer contains three parts: bulb, stem, scale. Okay, bulb. What is bulb? This is the part which actually touches the object whose temperature has to be measured. It contains mercury or alcohol. So bulb is nothing but it is a part of the thermometer which touches the object, okay, where the temperature has to be measured. So it contains either mercury or alcohol. Stem, it is a capillary tube through which the mercury or alcohol rises as the objects around the bulb is warm or cool. Okay, so this bulb, either it contains mercury or alcohol, so it rises or falls as the bulb comes in contact with the object. If the object is warm, it will rise, and if it's cool, it falls if it is cool. Now scale. The scale marked on the stem indicate the temperature of the substance. The scale which is present, it indicates the temperature of the substance, how much temperature has been raised. Then mercury used. If mercury is used in the thermometer, I have told you that the bulb is made of either mercury or alcohol. If mercury is used in the thermometer, why the mercury is used? Because it is present in the liquid state over the wide range of the temperatures. So liquid is the most preferred for most of the thermometer, because it is present in the liquid state or wide range of temperature, over the wide range of temperature. It is silvery gray in color, therefore it is easy to observe. So the color of the mercury is silvery gray. Next, it does not sticks the glass in which it is enclosed, in which it is taken. It does not sticks to that glass, so we can use mercury. Next, if alcohol is used in the thermometers, the range of the temperature that can be measured using alcohol is less than 70 degrees centigrade. So what range we can measure it? We can measure less than 70 degrees centigrade or 78 degrees centigrade. If the temperature is above 78, we cannot measure with the alcohol, and alcohol is cheaper than mercury. Alcohols are cheaper than mercury. So mostly because the measuring temperature range is very less, so we use always mercury, not alcohol. Types of thermometer. We have three types of thermometer: clinical thermometer, digital thermometer, and laboratory thermometer. Clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer is used to measure the temperature of the human body. The word clinical indicates that it is used in the hospitals or homes. Okay, it is used for measuring the temperature of the body. So the lowest temperature, normal approximate temperature of the human body is 37 degrees centigrade or 98.6 Fahrenheit degrees Fahrenheit. It rises or falls on the state under the state of illness. The temperature, it will rise or falls if we are ill. Any rise above 40 to 104 is a medical emergency and required the medical treatment. So if the temperature is 40 degrees or that is 40 degrees centigrade or 104 Fahrenheit, so then the patient has to should be given a medical emergency, because it requires an immediate treatment, because the temperature is too high for the human body. The capillary tube of the clinical thermometer has a bend that does not allow the mercury to flow back into the bulb before the temperature has been read. So, if you see the clinical thermometer, we have a bend at the bulb. After the bulb, you see a bend, because why there is a bend? Because it does not allow the mercury to flow back into the bulb as the temperature before the temperature has been read. It does not allow to flow back the mercury. Next, precaution to be taken while using the clinical thermometer. It should be washed before and after the use of antiseptic solution. So it should be washed. It should be washed with the antiseptic solution after. If you are using it, before that and after using that. It should be ensured that before use of mercury, the level should be below 35 and 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So when you are taking the thermometer and after washing, you have to see that the mercury level should be below 35 degrees centigrade or 95 degrees Fahrenheit. The thermometer should be read keeping the level of the mercury along the line of sight. So it should be on the line, along the line of sight, means it should be in front of our eyes and it should be in the form of straight. The thermometer should be handled care. If it hit against the hard object, it can break. As it is made up of glass, if it hits a hard object, it can break. The bulb of the thermometer should not touch while reading. Hold the thermometer by the glass body. Okay, so we should not touch the bulb and the thermometer should be held by the glass body. Next, digital thermometer. The digital thermometers are nothing but electronic thermometers. We call electronic thermometers as digital thermometer. They don't contain mercury. There is no risk of the mercury being released on the breakage. So it is safe, we can use. The temperature is easier to read in this type as it is a conventional thermometer. So we can use the digital thermometer because the temperature comes in the form of digits. Laboratory thermometer. Laboratory thermometer are used in the labs during the experiment. In laboratory thermometer are used in the labs during the experiment. The range of thermometer that a laboratory thermometer can measure, it is between -10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade. So this in this range we can measure the temperature in the labs from -10 degrees centigrade to 110 degrees centigrade. Now precautions to be taken while using the laboratory thermometer. So handle of thermometer with the care. If it hits against a hard object, it will break. Don't hold the thermometer by the bulb while taking the reading. The thermometer should kept in the upright, not in the tilted form. So it should be kept in the upright position. It should not be tilted. The bulb should not be surrounded from all sides of the substance of which the temperature has to be measured. The bulb should not touch the surface of the container. So it should not touch the surface of the container. After removing the thermometer from the boiling water bath and immediately immersing it in the bath may cause the thermometer to break. So taking out the thermometer from the hot water and then again putting the thermometer in the cold water, it will cause the thermometer, it damages the thermometer. Next, temperature scale. The commonly used scales are Celsius, Fahrenheit and Kelvin scale. These are the three scales through which you can measure the temperature, First one is Celsius scale. It was developed by Anders Celsius. The unit of scale is degrees centigrade. On this scale, the division falls between freezing point of water is taken as 0 degrees and the boiling point of water is taken as 100 degrees centigrade. 0 degrees centigrade is called as lower fixed point and 100 degrees centigrade is called as upper fixed point. So freezing point of water is 0 degrees and boiling point of water is 100 degrees. The unit of this scale is degrees centigrade. The fixed point, lower fixed point is nothing but freezing point of water, that is 0 degrees, and the upper fixed point is 100 degrees centigrade. Next, Fahrenheit. The scale developed by it is developed by Daniel Gabriel Fahrenheit. The unit is degree Fahrenheit. In this, the freezing point of water is taken as 32 Fahrenheit and boiling point of water is taken as 212. The lower fixed point is 32 Fahrenheit and upper fixed point is 212. Okay, the divisions between 32 Fahrenheit and 212 Fahrenheit is 180 division. Just subtract these two, you will be getting the number of divisions. 212 minus 32, you will get the number of divisions, that is 180. Next is Kelvin scale. This scale was invented by the Lord Kelvin. It is, the unit of this scale is K, that is capital letter. Freezing point of water is 273, boiling point of water is 373. So the freezing point of water we take as 273 and boiling point of water is 373. The number of divisions between these two is 100 degrees centigrade. The number of division is 100 degrees centigrade. Subtract 373 by 273, you will get 100 divisions. It is also called as absolute scale of temperature. Since 0 Kelvin is the absolute zero, that is the lowest attainable temperature in the universe. So lowest attainable temperature is 0 Kelvin, and it can be called as absolute scale. The Kelvin scale, which scale is called the absolute scale? It is absolute scale of temperature is Kelvin scale. We say the Kelvin scale as the absolute scale of temperature. Why we say? Because 0 Kelvin is the lowest, is the absolute zero, that is the lowest attained temperature in the universe. Next, conversion of scale. How to convert degrees Celsius into Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit into degrees Celsius? The three temperature can be converted from one form to other using this formula. Fahrenheit is equals to degrees centigrade into 9 by 5 plus 32. Similarly, you can convert from degrees centigrade into Fahrenheit, that is degree centigrade dot Fahrenheit is 32 Fahrenheit and Kelvin is degree centigrade plus 373. These are the three formulas which you have to learn. So now I am stopping. Now I am going to end my session. Thank you.